Hey guys, well, Mike coming at you now from my kitchen. So today we made pizza. I've got a few different types here. We made a nice garlic bread. That's a nice cheesy garlic bread over here. We've got cheese, ham, we've got rosemary, we've got basil, mushroom in there. So this is what we've got, just made simple with flatbread and good ingredients. So, oh yeah. Right, let's get cooking. Hey guys, Mike back again. Right, so I'm going to continue with my simple pizza recipes. And I said last time that I was going to show you how to do it on flatbread. So basically, I bought some naan. I had these ones left over from a curry, so we can make them into pizza. And I do have some proper, what they're calling flatbread. So these are just all from local supermarket. Just have a look, see what you got. So I'm just basically going to do a garlic bread. I'll do a cheese and tomato, and I'll do a ham. And we'll see where we go to from there. So I'm just going to quickly chop up my ham. I'm not over fussed. They don't need to be massive pieces. They don't need to be too small. Maybe it's about a centimetre square or so. But we'll just push them to one side. That's that one done. Our tomatoes, just some cherry. I'm actually going to cut these in half and then half again, lengthwise like this. That's it, we're keeping it simple. And if anybody's interested, I'm going to be doing a live video sharpening knives and how to set up a kitchen. But these are little season introductions that I want to make. Like I say, it wants to be, I'll show you how to sharpen your knives. I'll show you how to choose a cutting board. How to cut correctly without harming yourself. Now, one of my problems is I have arthritis in my thumbs and fingers, more so in my left hand, so I do have a few issues. Now, that being said, I don't let it stop me. So I've got some basil. Oh, the smell, wonderful. So I'm just going to break a few leaves off. Again, we don't need too much. Now the thing with basil, it doesn't like to be cut. It likes to be torn apart. That little crushing motion will let the oils release. So make sure it's separated. Just get your leaves and tear. Nice and simple. So the bits don't want to be too big. It is handy if you have nails, you can kind of just dig the nail in. I mean, if you really can't do it that way, yes, you can cut it, but this way it gets a maximum amount of flavour. And I have a little bit of rosemary here, which I grow in my little window boxes. So for rosemary, we're just going to pull that down till a few strands come off. Again, the fragrance on this stuff is awesome. So line them up. I should maybe use a different knife. This one's getting a little bit blunt. That's why I want to do a season on sharpening. And I do have a little banner down on the top of my page now. You can click on. I would appreciate it if a few people would here and there, if you feel generous enough to buy me a coffee. So keeping this, like I said, very, very simple. I have a large tray for the oven, and I will move this to one side. put my tray in the middle. So basically we want to lay out our breads. So this one's a little bit more cooked at this side, so make sure that's the way around you got it. And we take our long flat breads. These are great for parties or anything like that. You can make these in advance. This packaging that came with the flatbreads, now it actually has recipe suggestions on the back here. Now this one is for roasted yellow pepper and arugula flatbread. Now I'm not going to do that. I'm doing my own type. So as I said, this is very, very simple, very basic. For a cheesy garlic bread, I have basically some unsalted butter, garlic powder, onion powder and some Italian seasoning. So just put them in there, and on the naan I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. Nice and simple. As much or as a little as you want. I'm covering the whole thing, and I say keeping it simple. You can, if you want, throw a little bit of basil on there that we chopped up. You can have a little bit of something like that basil. You can have a little bit of what's the other, rosemary. But I'm just making a cheesy flatbread. So you want to get lots of cheese on this, but we don't want to be spilling over the edge too much if we can help it. But I wanted this to be very generous. It's up to yourself, it depends what you've got in your kitchen. Now I'm using the marble cheese here. I was going to use straight mozzarella, but I thought this makes it look a little bit more pretty. Right, that one is done. Simple, very simple. Now, as I did the other day, I found myself a small spoon. So, as I did the other day, I'm using Primo pizza squeeze. You can use plain ketchup, you can buy a jar of pasta sauce. So again, I mean, if you want, you can still, for flavour, you can still a quick rub over on the bread with some of that garlic butter. Put yourself some of the pizza squeeze on there. We don't need to go overboard. There is lots of little holes in these naan breads, or naan. I have to call them, stop calling them naan bread. So we'll have that on. Then we'll go in with a little bit of our basil. So we don't need too much. It is fragrant. It's a beautiful, beautiful herb. We'll get that on. I'll go in. What should we do with this one? Yeah, a few tomato. A few of our quartered cherry tomato. As really, these are single servings, I just cut them in half. And then again, we'll have our cheese. One thing I forgot to do, we'll start our oven, 425, let that preheat. Let's continue with our cheese. I mean, just the smell of the basil and the rosemary already, it's got my taste buds going. But then again, I didn't get this good looking by accident. So if you love your food, don't worry too much about anything else. Do what makes you happy. So that's that one. Cheese and tomato. with a little bit of basil. Then we go back onto our large flatbread, get our spoon again. So we get a good covering. Might as well do this one while we're at it. If anybody's got any suggestions, I'm not going to do a ham and pineapple. I don't mind the flavour, but they seem to be universally hated around the planet, the Hawaiian pizza. But incidentally, little fact check for you. Ham and pineapple pizza. They call it Hawaiian. Don't know why. I guess it's just because of the pineapple. But it was actually invented in Canada. So I'm English, but I live in Canada now. I had options of Canada, New Zealand and Australia. Now, to be perfectly honest, I like the idea of Australia because of the warm weather, but I like the snow too, and I weighed up the options. Australia, too many things I want to bite. So our rosemary on there. So we don't need too much, only doing a small amount. We've got ham, we've got rosemary, we've got to put these tomatoes on. Then you can start doing things like goat's cheese, and you can get some nice fancy cheeses. But this is about being simple. And that should do for that. Get our cheese on the go again. Now, some people don't like the tomato too much, or I know my cousin, I'm not entirely sure how this works, but he doesn't like cheese, but he loves pizza. So we'll get that one on. Now I'm just going to throw this last little bit of ham on here. Don't want to waste it. Now I was going to put some mushrooms on there. Should I do it or not? Yes, I will. So I've just quickly chopped up some mushroom and lay them out. I almost feel like singing some Italian songs that mention pizza and pasta. I think it was Frank Sinatra or somebody like that. I think that should be, where should we put that one? Yeah, that'll stay there. Right, so should we throw the remainder of this basil on? We might as well. So again, let's get the cheese on. A little bit more cheese required. I have it in my fridge. And I just use inexpensive cheese here. It's just basically no name. Well, for what's left in here, I might as well put it all on. Right, that's that done. And now we'll have some black pepper, no need for salt. Just going to put a little bit of black pepper on there. Just brings out that flavour. If you have your butter that is still very, very liquid, you can, if you want, just drizzle a little bit of that over. But we're just going to wait for my oven to go beep, and then that's going in centre of the oven at 425 for around about 20 minutes. 15 to 20, check after 15. Right guys, that's my oven ready, so we'll put these in 15-20 minutes maximum. Just get that there. I'm going to put a timer on. I'm going to say 15. That's as good to go. So there's our pizzas in there. We'll get back to that when the buzzer goes. We'll get our pizza out. I'd just like to say a big thank you to Mary from San Francisco who sent me these oven mitts. I'm not sure whether they're homemade, and there's no tag inside of them, so I can't, it doesn't look like it. It looks like they might have been homemade, but I'm not sure. But thank you, Mary. Let's get this out. And we'll put this. Make sure you put something underneath your pan. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think they look absolutely fantastic. Let's have a, what can I use here with, I don't bear myself. I just want to check the underside. Yep, nice. Got a bit of crispness to them. Beautiful. So we're going to let them cool down, and then we'll cut them up, ready for serving. Hey guys, right then, I've let them cool down a bit, and we'll have a quick look. This is my cheesy garlic bread, so I'm just going to use my knife, and we'll just cut that down into a few sections. Smells good. Let's have a little taste. Oh yeah, that's good. And then we'll do one of our long ones. So these long ones, basically, I'm going to cut it in half, and we'll try and make it even. I love these pizza cutters, absolutely awesome. So again, we'll have a look inside of this one. Very nice. Still a bit on the hot side, but no, I'm not complaining. That's a very nice pizza. That basil, actually this is the one with the rosemary on, is coming through very nice. Oh yeah. The smell coming off these is outstanding. So, just so we know, this is how simple it can be to make yourself something different, easy. And say you can buy a couple of these flatbreads, slap some cheese and some tomatoes, some ham on the top of there, a little bit of herb and spice, chop them all up, throw them on a plate. There's a family happy. There's nice little, little finger food for parties, anything like that, keeps kids happy. So I say you can be as basic or as complicated as you want. If you're not too sure, you can. I've seen people make dessert pizzas. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that works. Nutella and strawberries and things like that. I'm not too sure about that one. But this is simple, it's easy. Next, check out when I'm going to make my own dough, and I'll make a pizza from scratch. Do it traditional, proper way. Okay guys, Mike loves you all. Remember, smash that like button, smash it, smash it, smash it. Give me that thumbs up, send me a message, let me know where you're from, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and think about buy me a coffee. Thanks guys, Mike loves you all. Mike out.